And what are the signs that, this is a very important question because hockey is so big here in Canada. What are the signs that parents or family members can look out for to prevent another person like Graham James from being able to sexually abuse another child within a youth hockey league here in Canada?
Well, obviously, I think with some new allegations from other people that have been involved in the Western League is really going to have to look at themselves and figure out how they can stop this. But I think a telltale sign of what if you're suspecting of anything is that your behavior and your kid his behavior changes dramatically over basically overnight. So that would be for me a telltale sign that there's something going on.
And do you have any updates? I know I was watching the National a little while ago where they were reporting about Graham James, and they were also talking about yourself, and they're talking about Sheldon Kennedy. And Mr. James is now down in Mexico, as I was alluding to earlier. Do you have any updates? Because I think the Winnipeg Police Force were going to investigate other charges, possible charges against Mr. James. Has anything come up about that?
Nothing that I know of. So, hopefully, we'll hear something sooner rather than later.
And just a moment, please. Are you going to be traveling out here to Vancouver and other parts of Canada? I know you're going to start traveling the reserves and start talking there. Are you going to be talking off the reserves at the same time?
Well, my schedule is extremely busy, so I'm sure. Well, I was already in Vancouver once already. I spoke at the CNIB luncheon a while back, but I don't think there's any plans to be out there in the near future. But obviously, I'm sure that by the time it's all said and done, I'll have an opportunity to travel right across Canada and continue spreading the word.
And do you actually see this? As we were looking at the NHL nowadays, do you see any people that are playing in NHL that show signs like what you went through, the massive alcoholism, the drugs, and all that? Do you see that actually in some of the players that are now playing at this time?
You know what? I've been out of the game for so long. I have no idea, and I don't really follow it too closely anymore. So it's hard for me to say either way. But I don't think so at this point.
And do you feel that as a about over 20 years ago, you got into the broke into the NHL? Do you feel that the changes are starting to be seen within the system? That the younger players are starting to, there's more protection for the youth now?
Well, I think Sheldon initially has done a great job at at the awareness part of the disease and stuff. So, I would say it's better. Can we still do more? Yeah, absolutely, we can still do more. At every level. At every level. So, but of those 2 out of 9 people that I mentioned, 80% of those people, are molested by their family members. So, to me, it's more about about family violence and family molestation as opposed to some stranger on the street. So.
Well, I'd like to quickly add that I'm a victim of massive child abuse growing up. Hit with a hammer, built off a wash machine, and the list goes on and on. So I went through the physical and emotional side, and many years of drinking, and it's been 8.5 years now that I've been sober. I've been out of the military for about 14 years, 15 years this year, correction. But looking at your book there, you talked about when you were growing up, you grew up in a very poor environment. Could you quickly talk a little bit about that?
Well, obviously my parents struggled with their own stuff when I was a kid, and were unavailable, and So, I think that set kind of the ball in motion, and kind of set me on this path that I'm on. But I think everything happens for a reason, and I just feel fortunate that I've been able to somehow find some peace and happiness in my life, and I try to spread the good word as much as I can to other kids and adults that have gone through similar stuff.
Yeah, you've done a great job there, Theoren. We only have a couple minutes left. Could you leave us with some closing words, and also where people can go to pick up a copy of your book, and if you have any contact information, it's just in case someone wants to ask you some additional questions?
They can go to my website, theofleury14.com, and there's a whole bunch of links to different organizations which I'm affiliated with, to get help and whatnot. And you can also purchase my book, on my website as well. So, it's like I said, it's been a long journey, but I think in the end, because I stuck with it and I chose to live, my life has turned out great and turned out wonderful, and and like I said, now I can give back to other people, and it's been, like I said, it's been a wonderful experience, and to take something so horrible and turn it into something positive, I think is what we all try to do in life, and I've been able to do it. So hopefully people look at me as an example as to that you can get through anything, and with some help and whatnot, you can do it.
Well, thank you so much there, Theoren, for agreeing to come on. You are, as I keep on saying, you're a very inspirational individual, and we look forward to actually having you back on in the future. And we hope that your book sale goes good, and also you're able to continue on being a beacon of hope for so many people. Because looking at your website, I just wanted to say in closing that there was one part where you talked about how you had a loaded pistol up to your head, and actually it was almost like I felt like at that time you woke up and you realized you wanted to put it down. No, you're not going to you're not going to go out that way. You're going to go out as a hero you truly are.
Well, I appreciate that so much, and thanks for having me on.
This is Co-op Radio 102.7 FM, CFRO, Monday Brown Bagger. We're going to put in the tape, take a quick break, and we'll be back with our next guest. And that was Theoren Fleury, number 14 from the Calgary Flames.